Hi everyone. Bit of a different video as I promised. I just had to get the setup for it. So I've got my phone on a chest mount for my run. And as I mentioned, I do all my runs at Watergate Forest Park. So this is the beginning of my long run. I only kind of get the there. But the idea is it's a there and back, so it's pretty much the same route there and then back. On the way back, it's a little bit different around the farmlands, but hopefully you'll get a gist of that from the kind of route guidance that I've got on Strava. So I've uploaded my Strava kind of thing towards the end of this video, so you can kind of see the full route. But yeah, it's just get into it. It's going to speed up now, so gives you an idea about the route, and I'll kind of just go in between just to kind of give you an idea about, you know, where I'm turning, etc., to give you an idea about the route. But as I said, Watergate Forest Park is brilliant because you can look at the floor and you can see it's very much gravel and a bit more trail. It's much better on your knees than just doing runs on tarmac, bit of grass, etc. as well. Basically, you just need to have decent trail running shoes, which I mentioned in my previous video. The ones that I got, the ones I was using before as well. But yeah, we'll just get into it, and I'll kind of interrupt the flow of the video a little bit, just at points where we're turning and stuff like that. Okay, so video is about to slow down here. It's just to mention that this bridge has been closed for a while, so I always just do a loop round the pond / lake, basically. So we're just turning right and go around. Okay, so we've done the loop round the pond, and this is where we're about to start a bit of an ascent. So it is a decent amount of incline, and it does prolong for a little bit, but this is where we start that ascent, basically. So you're just going to head up. Okay, so we're coming to the top of the kind of incline and phase of the first bit of ascent, basically. So we're going into the second phase now. So we're going to the left at the top, crossing the traffic lights. So obviously be careful here, just slow down. And then basically to the second part of the ascent, up this way, basically. And yeah, this will again continue. So you're going to work your way up to Tamfield Railway. That's the plan. So this is the start of the second stage. So I'm breaking up the incline into kind of stages a little bit, just to show areas that you could potentially turn off. So you just saw a turn in there to the right. Obviously before that was there was the traffic lights, etc. So these are all areas that you could basically kind of turn off, and build up to this kind of incline rather than obviously attempting this first time. And that's how I kind of built up to do this incline all the way to Tamfield Railway. But there are places that you can turn off and then do a loop. And I'll just slow it down at those areas so you can see those areas again, coming up to another one here where you can again turn off obviously where the road is here, and you can do a loop back round again. But we're going to continue as we're going up to Tamfield Railway and basically towards the South Causey Inn, I believe. So, but yeah, just want to show you that you can build up to it rather than just doing it once. Okay, so we're just coming up to the top of this phase of ascent now, and now it kind of finishes the full ascent phase and kind of goes to a bit of undulating track. We're about to enter where you'll start seeing the Tamfield Railway track. So this is kind of the park where that bit kind of starts. So you can kind of see the railway on the left there a little bit. And this route, pretty much, this pathway kind of goes almost parallel with the railway. There is a point where we'll cross the tracks as well. But yeah, it's again, you can see the kind of terrain. It is pretty much fairly mixed terrain, which is why it's really good just to have good trail running shoes. But yeah, I think we are actually coming to the point where we're going to cross the tracks now. So we're going to cross through this kind of gate. But it's honestly a a beautiful route, and it's actually really good on a Sunday now, especially in the summer, because they actually have the railway running in the summer, so you do get quite a lot of people further up when we hit the bridge, etc. Yeah, so we are now coming up to the Tamfield railway station a bit. So as I said, this area gets really busy on a Sunday, but it's quite nice actually, having people around. There's a lot of cars usually parked here on a Sunday, but yeah, we're just going to head over the bridge, over the Tamfield railway tracks, and you'll see the station on the left. This is where people can kind of experience that on a Sunday. And then we're going to work our way basically down into the bit of farmlands and that between kind of here and South Causey Inn, I believe. So yeah, over this bridge you can, you can't actually see it, but on the left there is usually the station. But we're just going to keep working our way down and across basically. Alright, so we're just coming up to the area where we're about to go to like the farmland. There's a bit of a gate here, and then you kind of work your way to the left round the farmland. This area here actually, you need to be a bit careful. Can actually have like a herd of cows, etc. in that little area there, and they sometimes sit at the bottom. So just be a bit careful, obviously, and just take a bit of care, obviously, but just stick to the path away from the grass. As you can see, the terrain is very mixed on this run, hence why I would definitely recommend getting trail running shoes and not just using road shoes for this particular route, as you could injure yourself. But yeah, we'll just continue. So this will kind of take us to a little park not too far from the South Causey. So we'll keep going. There can be some cows here. Sometimes it just depends where they are regionally, but sometimes there's been a herd around here. But we're just going to go over this little kind of footbridge that's been made, and through this gate. We're going to actually come to a bit of a kind of road area, so I'll just be really kind of careful around here. I usually take I always have my earphones in, obviously for music, but I would actually take one of them out, just to make sure you can hear cars coming through. Try and stick to one side, obviously, and stay out the way. But it's a very short stint at this point anyway. The turning comes on the left where you enter the little park round the South Causey, really. And we're just coming up to that now. So it's a pretty quick stint. The way back though, it's not as short, so just be a bit careful. Okay, so that was pretty much a loop around the South Causey Inn. There was plenty of incline to finish there as well. A few kind of steps there. I always stay towards the right to create a bit of a path, really. But we are now pretty much heading back. So this bit here is kind of exiting this bit of park bit that we've done a little kind of loop round. We'll enter the car park, and then we will head on that kind of road, hook a left, and head back round towards that little farm bit, heading back towards Tamfield Railway. So this is the start of the back. Yes, as I mentioned, we're just heading back towards that farmland area on the right there, as you can see, and we'll be working our way back pretty much the same route. There is a bit of a change in terms of when we get to kind of the bottom, but this is all pretty much the same. I'll talk through that bit when we get to the Strava part of the route towards the end.
I'm going to cut the video in a bit. I'm going to re-record towards the end because the end bit of the route's a little bit different. It's not just a straight back.
So unfortunately, battery literally went flat during that run. So even though I had the intention of kind of trying to record towards the end when the route changed, the battery pretty much went on my phone. So if I was to do something like this again, I'd probably be a bit more prepared. I think obviously as well, I've recorded kind of a lot of footage straight. If I were to do it again, I'll probably do it in like sections so it doesn't take as much space. But I had a bit of a nightmare towards the end because it completely filled up my storage on my phone, and so I couldn't record any more footage, and then the battery was really low. But I'm happy that I got the kind of route there. The route back is pretty much the same. So you can see it on Strava here. Obviously, that's the little loop that we did towards the end to then head back. So that's around the South Causey Inn. So now we're heading back. We're literally following the exact same route back. It's basically when you enter Watergate Forest Park, rather than heading kind of straight down, you're going to do a lap around the kind of farmland area. So you can see it here. We're getting to the bottom here, and this is where we'd hook a left now and do a slightly different route. So this is the farmland area that goes round the river burn. and then we come out the other end, so we don't have to do another lap around the pond. We kind of get to the bottom, and then we can kind of finish the run pretty much there. But that is pretty much the run. Thank you very much for watching. That's my long run that I do, and subscribe for more content.